Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Pokemon Masters video. My name is D-Free. Here today. We will be taking a look at the newest message from the Pokemon Masters team and kind of talking about some of the new stuff that they're announcing and planning in the future of the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hit that subscribe, of course, if you're new for more content, as well as that notification so you don't miss anything we upload here on the channel. Now, for a little bit of context, they've been putting these out for a while, and they're actually incredible in terms of the communication that they offer. I think that I covered the very first couple, stopped kind of covering them in there a little bit because it was a lot of, oh, this is going to be coming down the future, but we didn't really see a lot of that aside from getting a little bit more generous with the gems in between there. So that being said, in hindsight, they have done an incredible job with the game, and I'm super pleased with how things have changed. Being somebody that's played the game since it literally came out, I have been playing, and I'm excited for the future of it, and I can't say nothing but positive things about the game and the way that they've changed it. Yeah, there's always going to be some minor critiques that I'll have or whatever, being somebody that plays a lot of gacha games, but I'm excited. So anyways, let's go ahead and jump in, and at any point feel free to join the discussion and let me know how you guys feel about this update, things that you're most excited about, and just stuff that's mentioned here or pre-existing in the game already. So message number 8, greetings trainers, we're the producers of Pokemon Masters, you and Tetsuya here with a new message for you. We hope you are enjoying our 6-month celebration. We introduced some new events with new formats and are preparing even more new content and updates leading into our first anniversary in August. So, yeah, we're approaching that. I guess, you know, time is flying, but it's still a bit of a ways away, right? Anyways, that being said, we'll share our vision for future content. We previously shared that our goal is to provide a game that lets players train and build their own dream teams while strengthening their bonds and overcoming tough opponents. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of the stuff they're talking about here. The overview. We're focused on 3 areas heading into our first anniversary. Number 1, improving existing content. Number 2, adding more challenging battles. And number 3, making it more fun to collect and train your sync pairs. While these plans are still in development, we're excited to share what we have in store. So number 1, improving existing content. We received feedback that focuses on the following 3 points and in-game events. Let me go ahead and turn down the volume. It's distracting me a little bit. High number of battle replays needed to collect items. Yeah, you do need to sometimes, like these events, man, you gotta spam them. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I spend a ton of time just going and going and going and going. And my sleep schedule is kind of weird. A lot of times I'm up like in the middle of the night or whatever, and I'm still just autoing and autoing and autoing. It's so bad that I put Pokemon Masters on like my tablet just so I can play it on a side device. Because it's just too much, man. It's too much. All right, so yeah, they're mentioning that also battles feeling like work, kind of a little bit of what I just talked about. It can be pretty tedious and as a result strenuous and may not be fun. Anyways, issues with the rewards that are offered. So this is something they've addressed numerous times, rewards. I mentioned earlier how they've gotten a lot more generous in the game, which is true. But like, the exchange rates for a lot of the stuff in the exchange shop is still really high. You still have to run back a lot. And I think they're in a weird spot because they want to obviously make the game a game that players play for a long time. Not just long in terms of like longevity of the game, but daily. Like, they want to hit numbers in terms of how long people are playing. They don't want you to log in and play for 5 minutes and then log out for the rest of the day, rinse and repeat, right? They want you to be in for a set number of time. So they have to reach this balance where everything is obtainable with a reasonable amount of time. I think they're still trying to perfect, right? So anyways, let's go and see what they say. We're adjusting rewards, level design, and other areas leading up to the first anniversary. One specific adjustment is reducing the number of times a battle must be replayed during an event, which again, they've done that before in the past. They're mentioning legendary events, and if they revamp legendary events again, this would be what, the 3rd version of them? They had the initial one, which was horrible. Solgaleo came out and he was pretty good, and they've since revamped Mewtwo's event again. I don't really recall like the grind for Rayquaza because I didn't really go too hard for that one. I didn't finish it. I was really busy at that time. But Solgaleo was night and day compared to the initial Mewtwo event. And I just finished the new Mewtwo event, and I'm not done per se. I still have some more of the potentials, you know, I can get. I've got like 5 more, but like, it's a lot easier than the first time around. Like, the first time around, I could almost not even get him done at all without no life, right? So we're currently revamping legendary events again. This includes reducing the number of replays required to collect important event items. Also, alongside this adjustment, we're revising some of the rewards that will be available. So I'm guessing they're going to put better stuff in the shops as well. That's what it sounds like. All right, and they're talking about the sync grid. Oh my god, that's probably the worst thing in the game right now. Grinding sync grids is not fun, not at all, man. It's so bad. We've received feedback saying that collecting sync orbs is too tough and that the conditions for obtaining sync orbs make it difficult to enjoy playing the game. That's literally what I just said. It's not good. It's not fun. And also, they put out a lot of sync pairs that have expanded sync grids, or they've added sync grids to old sync pairs, whatever the case is, really quickly. And it's like, bro, there's too many of these. Like, you can't effectively farm this enough. We're reviewing the sync grid system, including the release timing for expanded sync grids. Yeah, I just mentioned that. And we'll share more details, plans in the future. It's just, too many of these units are good in general, but then they get insanely good post getting access to their sync grids, right? And there's so many fun and very powerful grid combinations. Like, for example, I love Pikachu, man. Pikachu is so good with the sync grid. Like, he heals, he refreshes heal. Like, I'll get like 4 or 5 heals out of my Pikachu sometimes, and he heals so much. It's so good. But it's like, it took a long time to get there because it's super expensive in terms of how many of those orbs you need per character. And then you can also exchange the co-op ones, but that can only take you so far, right? Even if they did put the co-op ones in missions, sometimes with playing co-op, you don't even get a chance to sync move or whatever. Everybody's fighting for their sync move and whatever the case is. Then you have the random dude on the side that's like stalling or not stalling when everybody else is stalling. It's just weird, right? The economy for the orbs is just not good. And it leads to too many different problems. And there's too many units that need sync orbs to be really good. Like, for example, Karen, right? She's solid, but she's so much better with the sync grid. So many of these characters are good. Like, for example, Red, he's fine without it, but he's so much better with it. Like, it's just how it works, right? Same goes for the new Elisa. She came out. Imagine getting 2 breathtakings. Like, come on. It's not, that's how that works, right? That's probably my biggest criticism of the game right now. It's good. It's a good feature. I like it, but it's just so hard. It's so hard to get enough of those on enough characters. Same goes for Mew and all these guys, right? Adding more challenging battles. This is funny too, because this is another balance they have to try to reach, because again, remember the launch version of the game and how difficult it was, and I don't blame people for not playing the game anymore after that, because it was really hard. You could not really complete events. It was very difficult. And if you came in with anybody that just did not know how to play the game, they pretty much would cost everybody the entire run. It just was very hard. And to the point where they had to neuter the difficulty of all these events, right? That's crazy that they had to do that. That's how hard the content was. It was almost unplayable for a lot of people, majority of people, right? And you needed very specific units, and it was hard. But now they are going to try to find a way to introduce more harder content. Throughout our first 6 months, we've had several events and new battles. However, the issue remains that many battles can be completed automatically if you have certain strong sync pairs, which takes away from the fun of building a team of your favorites. Again, it's a gacha game, and if it has an auto feature and auto usability, it's better for a lot of people to do that. I don't know. Again, they have to find this middle ground, right? Because there's a lot of people that need auto battle. Like for me, for example, like I said, I need the auto battle. They're obviously not taking it away, but I don't really have a problem with needing to actually focus more and play more. But for me, and the way I function with all the games I play, I need it, right? Anyways, the issue remains that many battles can be completed with auto sync pairs, like Red just clears everything basically. Red clears co-op very hard stages now. Triple Red clears them all like insanely easily. It's not even funny. Creating battles that provide all trainers the opportunity to make use of their favorite sync pairs is a major goal of ours as we approach the first anniversary. To address the issue, we plan to focus on adding the following: battles that give an advantage to trainers who have strengthened many different sync pairs. Interesting. Battles in which sync pairs types play a more vital role. Are they going to add stab? Because stab's not in this game. If they add stab, that would greatly... Okay, so it's a double-edged sword. I understand why it's not in the game, because characters like Red get even better if you give same type attack boosts, right? Like which is in the mainline games. But it's not in this game. There's no benefit for Red to use, or like for Mewtwo, I guess, to use Psychic over, Shadow Ball? Other than the actual power of the move, right? There's no benefit like in the mainline games where there's actually a bonus for that character being, or that Pokemon being of that same typing of the move. If they add that, that'd be crazy. But it would add value on the back end to some of the weaker sync pairs that are just not as good. That first line, though, is interesting. Strengthening sync pairs, or giving an advantage to trainers who have strengthened sync pairs. I don't want to cross into whale territory, but that kind of sounds like that a little bit. But on top of that, though, it's not the biggest of deals, because this isn't a game that you need a lot of, for the most part, you don't really need dupes in this game. You might sometimes in terms of sync grids, but you don't really need dupes in this game per se. So that's one thing that's interesting. But like, I don't know what the idea is. That one's very vague, and I don't want to jump on that one too much because I don't really know what it could be. Right. With each battle, our goal is to have players build their own elite teams to overcome strong opponents. That's fair. New Legendary Arena features legendary Pokemon. So recently they dropped the Battle Villa, which is a tower mode. A lot of gachas have something similar. They did actually announce what I had been saying for a while. On Twitter they announced it. If you don't follow me on Twitter, feel free to. Links down below. But they said that it's going to be resetting. I think it resets on the 15th. So it's a tower mode. A lot of games have that. It's not anything crazy, but it does reset, right? So they're going to implement more harder content like that that players can play, right? And this sounds like something similar. Powerful legendary Pokemon will appear in the legendary arena. You have the opportunity to use many different sync pairs in these battles. Because the opponent's attack pattern will change when its HP has been reduced to certain amounts, deciding when to use sync pairs is extremely important. Sounds like a raid battle. It sounds like a raid. Even if it's, I'm assuming it's going to have co-op, but even if it doesn't have co-op, it's just a raid. That's all this is. If you've played any game, you know how raid functions, right? We're considering ways to reward trainers who complete these challenges using only a few sync pairs. We expect the Legendary Arena to debut this summer, and we recommend that you build up your water-type sync pairs. Groudon? Groudon. Do it. I want to see Groudon. Do it. Just drop Groudon. He deserves to be in the game. Drop Groudon. Just do it. Just do it. Make him a raid boss. That's basically what this is. It's basically raids. I'm hyped for it, though. Groudon, please. Water-type sync pairs? Groudon. Make it happen. There are some other options in there, I guess. Like, in this game, flying Pokemon are weak to water. No. He's that's dumb. I'm thinking of Moltres for one. I don't know what they would give Moltres as a weakness because there's only one weakness. Like, he wouldn't be weak to electric and water and rock and like all his normal weaknesses. I don't know what they'd give him. Maybe water? I don't know. But Groudon should definitely be weak to water. So I don't know. Content based on the Elite Four and Champions. Like the experience of facing them in the Pokemon League, we're looking to make battles against top-tier opponents like the Elite Four and Champions challenging and rewarding. Sounds almost like they're going to put out, like, expert battle type of deals versus some of the more, the expert trainers in the series. That's fine. And new achievement awards. Many challenging battles are on the horizon in Pokemon Masters. As proof that you've overcome these challenges, new medals will be offered as rewards. Okay, so almost like trophies on PS4 is what this sounds like. You know what I'm talking about. Like, where you complete these challenges, you get a reward for it. That doesn't really do much for you. Like, Donmachi Mori Freeze has this, like, it's a little title thing or whatever. It shouldn't be much. Not only will they show that you've completed a difficult battle, but you'll also be rewarded for battling in a unique way. In future updates, we plan to introduce more varieties of medals. These additional medals will have unique features that illustrate trainers' different ways of playing. Interesting. That sounds pretty fun, though. It doesn't sound like it's going to impact the game itself. It's more or less a reward for playing a game a certain way, but that sounds pretty fun. All right, so they mentioned eggs here. So since the release of Pokemon Masters, we received feedback that trainers want to use their favorite Pokemon with the player character. With the introduction of Pokemon eggs, you'll be able to freely choose Pokemon to pair up with the player character. When the Pokemon egg feature launches, players will be able to choose from a selection of fan favorite Pokemon and look forward to adding more Pokemon in the future. I believe recently they did a fan vote for most popular Pokemon or something like that. I don't know if this is going to feed into that at all, but it might have been region specific. Correct me if I'm mistaken or anything like that. Can I get Ambipom? Can we get Ambipom? Can I get a Breloom as an option maybe? Can I get Tyranitar? As long as it's not, I guess it would be better maybe with my player moves than with Brock or whatever, but like, can I get Tyranitar? Can I get a new Typhlosion? Can I get, man, there's so many Pokemon I want to really see. I guess a lot of people are going to also jump on the Mega Charizard Y train as well because of that little trailer that I reacted to in a separate video. You can see the thumbnail on top right. Where the player character actually had a Charmander in the egg. People are assuming that to be a Easter egg for Charizard Y because obviously we have X in the game now. I wouldn't be opposed to Charizard Y. We'll see how that goes though, right? But that sounds pretty fun. It's always nice for the ability to have customization and variety with the player that you have in these games, right? And this game really doesn't have much customization for the player character. So giving them their own individual sync pair that not everybody's going to have, for example, is going to be cool. All right, so new ways to strengthen your team. We're currently working on a feature that will allow various bonus effects based on your team's composition. Oh, I like that. Examples of special team formations, including having a team with only trainers from Kanto or with only water types. Okay, I get it. I get it. Almost like they. Okay, so relating it to like, not exactly like the Dragon Ball games, but there's a system in there where specific tags, characters have tags, and specific tags work together in a team composition. This seems like if you use characters, for example, like from Kanto, you will get some sort of bonus, like a stat boost or something like that. And a lot of other games have something similar, but that's pretty cool to have that come to this game. It'll add to more fun combinations of teams and more themed combinations as well, so I'm all for it. Our idea behind this feature is that by focusing on each sync pair's unique qualities when putting together a team, trainers can draw out even more power from them. You'll be able to try out a strong combination that best suits you. We'll share more details in the future. These are our current plans for new features. As always, you're invited to share your thoughts, and yeah, they talk a little bit more about the 6-month stuff and another post down there. So that's interesting. Let me know how you guys feel about this. I'm excited, like I said, and I love the communication that they offer here. So thank you all for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hit that subscribe, of course, if you are new for more content. Have an awesome day, everyone, and I'll catch all of you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody.